Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. We met again
Hi.
to make a group discussion for. So, how are you guys?
Thank you.
Good,
Good, good,
fine.
good. Very
Good, good.
good. Very good.
You all finished test one already or still have?
Finish
Oh
already.
yeah.
Okay, nice.
Eh?
So we can start with the first one. Umu.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I got the news from malaymail.com, which the title of the news that I choose is Malaysia's multilingualism is our strength. So, here in Malaysia, there are multi-languages that are used by our community, including the three main languages, which are Malay, Tamil, and Chinese languages. So if we look back at the 18th century in Malacca, there were at least 84 languages being spoken at the street. So because Malacca is known for being an entry port, so it was a naturally cosmopolitan and easily received other cultures and languages. And many of our community back then were able to master other languages. So this was probably because our tongue, Malay's tongue, are actually softer and flexible. That's why we could master multilingual easily. So now as the result, Malaysians today inherited this ancient diversity in our society. So the real beauty of Malaysia is actually the multicultural elements that have been woven deeply in our social fabric. So in this article, there are 3 points that were point out. The first one is all languages are similarly valuable. Of course, we as a Malaysian, we take Malay as our main priority, but that doesn't mean that other languages are no less valuable. So the second is we can definitely command more than one languages, and we must not fall back to the outdated nationalistic mindset of century ago. In this point, I want to point out that, for example, some Malaysian YouTubers speak another languages, and they sometimes got many critics, as they said that the YouTuber lose their identity as a Malay properly. I want to point out that if we take a look in a positive side, we could say that she is actually bilingual or multilingual. It was impressive. So the third point in this article is being multilingual is a gift, a strength for Malaysians. So we must not take advantage. We must take advantage of this to make Malaysia a colorful and successful nation. So I'm not sure if you guys could see that it is related to education, but I think it is a good news to be chosen because it could spread awareness that it, I mean the importance of learning multilingual in our country. Okay, that's all.
So can continue?
Yes.
Okay, so I found an article titled Staying Motivated with Online Learning by Rosanna Sani, written on 1st July 2020. So, as we all know, to stay focused and motivated are two main challenges when we are learning online, right? So maybe some of us can still focus during the class online because they have a good connection, while others are not. But still have some of them cannot be focused in the class although they have a good connection. So in this article, they gave some suggestions to the students to stay focused along the class. So the first one is writing the notes or important point based on the presentation by the lecturers. So I think by writing the notes, it will help students to stay focused in the class, prevent them to feel sleepy. And then the second one is the way of teaching. The students prefer to use games instead of just viewing and listening the presentation from the lecturer because not even in online class, but even if we are learning face to face, we will feel sleepy if we are just listening and just looking at what are the lecturers presenting. So for them to for the students uh, for for the students to stay focused in the class, they prefer to use games um, of they prefer to use game as one way of the learning process. Next, engage a friend in a video call to discuss the topic or assignment because we know that two brains are better than one. So it will help to, to make their assignment easier. And last but not least, we should always remind ourselves, we should say to ourselves, what is our goal, what is our purpose entering the school, entering the college, or entering the university. So by remind ourselves every day, we will stay motivated to stay focused in the class. So that's the article that I found. That's all for me. Thank you.
So we move on to the third one.
Okay. So I'm going to share my news. So the title is How Private and International School Deliver wait, How Private and International School Deliver Quality Education Online. So schools all over the world have been hit hard by pandemic, including Malaysia. Many schools have been forced to close for the safety of students and teachers. But education must continue even the school closed. So by that being said, many education centers start doing e-learning, such as the university have taken their class online and assignment uh, given and submitted through online portal. The school have faced so many challenges to hold the student attention in a virtual classroom, especially for the public school. But in international and private school, they have they have come out with way to keep the student focused during the online learning period, such as virtual field trip and combining paper and pencil video and having computer basic class. The teacher also have been prepared themselves for new learning process by joining computer class to top up their knowledge of technology. In international and private school, they also advise the parents to step up and more involved in their children education. Since students spend more time with their parents during lockdown, so the parents can monitor their children at home. I think this is really important because the e-learning is not very went smoothly in public school. Some students made excuse to skip their classes and give their poor connection as the reason. Online education is hard, but I think school, teachers, students, and including parents should be more creative and find a way to overcome this problem so that the e-learning education can went very well. That's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, next is me. Um, My news title is When Education is Colorblind from the Start. Nowadays, Chinese vernacular schools have been gaining popularity outside the community because many parents are seeing the importance of value of mastering Mandarin. More non-Chinese parents are sending their children to Chinese school because they want their children to be multilingual, begin fluent in English and Bahasa Malaysia. It's no longer enough to give their children an advantage in the borderless world. To the Chinese community, education is seen as a pillar of culture and costume as well as an identity marker. Moreover, education must transcend race, especially in a multicultural, multi-ethnic nations like ours. Therefore, vernacular schools have a role to play in promoting unity if given the right support. Malaysia is unique because we have different types of schools that differs language. In conclusion, in my news that is right, education is colorblind because it does not choose a nation to learn various languages. So this news is interesting to share. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So the news I selected today is varsities and community engagement by Illustrate Science. So it is published today. It is about it is about partnership between university and local community. The objective is to boost the civic engagement between those two. So here it says that in this context, the Higher Education Ministry is promoting university for society and innovative programs to facilitate and enable better cooperation and partnership between universities and local communities. It is centered on new pathways to boost civic engagement between faculty members and students with better and more measurable volunteering and service learning opportunities. So let's say it says here that how can artificial intelligence and with it all the focus on reskilling and upskilling bring positive changes to the lives of those who are already excluded and neglected even more before the pandemic. So here we are not just partnership or engaging with our local but also with the indigenous people or orang asli. So like if you have ever heard about this rainbow program done by UITM, they are reaching to the indigenous people to deliver or to bring the education to those to their kids basically. So what they do is sometimes they will do activity there or they will bring the kids to their university to receive the formal education. So during this pandemic, like Natasha said before, we are all about technologies and e-learning. So what about those people who do not have that technology? They do not able to learn like we do. So here it says that because artificial intelligence and skilling and upskilling, we are slowly forgetting about them that they do not have the access to what we have right now. And if we are able to select this news, I think that we can include the article about how we can deliver this education to those people during this pandemic. It's very important because we are not the only people who want to learn, right? So it's important for them as well. And because thriving country right now, it is important that all people in different community level get education as well. It is important so that no one is left behind. So by this program, it engaging students from the university. They reach out to those people and teach them and bring the education to them so that they also have knowledge. They will also can move along with the country, along with the countries, along with the growth of our country. So I think it's a very good news to share because we are a student. We should also we also need to think about those people who do not get education as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Faisner. And next is my news. So my news is written by Tasrin Nazari from msn.com and written on 26 November 2020, which is yesterday. So the title of my news is Teacher Sets Up Online Class, waits hours, but not even one of his students join. So this news actually about a teacher. A teacher make online class, but no one of his student join, and his daughter make a tweet about him, the teacher, and the tweet become viral. And I think this news is good to be shared, because we know that during this pandemic, we know that we as students struggle with online class, right? And handling with technology and connection problem. But we have to know that we have to realize that it's not only us, but teachers, lecturers, and all educators uh, also face the same struggle as us. And we have to not be selfish and play our role as a student as well, right? Uh, and from this news also, the teacher asked his daughter to teach him about the Google Meet, the Zoom, and so on. We can see that the efforts, because some teachers not that good in handling technology, because they're not same as our generation, right? The technology, I mean. And so I think this news is important to spread awareness to us and everyone who is related to online classes, so that we we can be more aware to play our own role and appreciate everyone. So I think that's how important my news to be included in our collection. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to tell about the news that I found, which is from the World of Bus. The title is about the budget 2021. 150,000 students will be getting free laptops to help with online learning. So in this news, he said that in 2021's budget, the finance minister, which is Tengku Zafrul, announced about the uh, project laptops that will given to the student. So for me, this is the good to help the student. Nowadays, we know that we facing the online class. So some student they don't have the laptops. So this is the good initiative from the government to give the free laptops to the students. And also there is a news that we been asked from the YB Sheikh Sadiq. First, they thanks this government for giving the free laptops to the students. But the question is, how long the laptops be will work? So I mean, we know that previously there is some budget about giving the people free laptops, and laptops are not working for a long time. It can be used only about 2-3 years, and then it's broke. So that is important lah to be given the good laptop. So that is my news. Thank you.
Okay, so next I will share about my news that I found. The news is about TV pendidikan hitting that sweet spot, says Education Minister. So as you all know that now during this pandemic season, the education system has been changed into the e-learning, and due to the e-learning, two of the most challenges for this e-learning is because of limited internet access and also lack of technology such as laptop and so on. So one of the government initiative is to air one slot in TV, which is TV Pendidikan. So TV Pendidikan is a Malaysian educational television network owned, produced and operated by the Educational Technology Division of Malaysia Ministry of Education. And the network add educational programs for various school subjects. So in this news said that basically this TV Pendidikan is a new way to improve our educational qualities. So what's been said by the minister is he done the survey in around 50,000 people, including students, parents, and also teachers. And a total of 96.4 students wanted to see an increase in TV pendidikan slots, whereas 98.7 of students and 98 of teachers and 96% of parents and guardians agreed that educational TV programs should be extended even after the movement control order ends. And the minister also said that 96% of teachers also found that the content of these educational TV programs was similar to the content in school textbook. And he also added that 89% of parents and guardians agreed that these TV programs actually could help their children in their study. So basically, this slot for TV Pendidikan had been increased to a total of 9 hours since it first aired in April. And basically the TV channel that used to add this TV Pendidikan is TV OK, Tutor TV, and also NTV7. So basically, what we could see from this news is, I think this is important because not people actually know about this. I think I give me as example. I didn't know about this. I only know that the Tutor TV, but the Tutor TV is for the people who subscribe Astro. So for the people who are not having much money to subscribe Astro, so they didn't have specific channel for the education. So when this minister make this initiative, I think it is good and it can reach all people, including the rural area and urban area. So means that when this news is being put in our news, this will increase the awareness to all people, and they will know about it and they will use it. I mean that not because of not people have the all technology. Most of the family will have TV but not having laptop. So by doing this, even they have TV but not Astro, by having this TV Pendidikan program, which is in OKTV. OKTV is a free channel for all TV. So basically, all people can enjoy this TV Pendidikan. So it actually help the people, help the student that have a problem with the limited access internet and also the technology. So I think that's all from me.
Right. Thank you, everyone. So we have finished our explain explaining about our news. So now we have to decide, choose two news to our collection. So anyone want to give opinion? But uh, but I'm interested to Iman Hakim, yes, because it's once I heard about it, I'm interested to watch it because it's something that program, right, which is the one of entertainment, and we will not get boring to study and expand the sources of gaining knowledge. That's my opinion.
In my point of view, I think Tasha's news is also good. It is about the how the international private school um, doing their initiative to protect their students about not to get boring with the e-learning system, right? So I think if we put this in our news, we can spread the awareness, and maybe the government will will make the restriction for all government school to do the same things.
I'm going to vote for Tasha's also because I think the news could be an example for the public school to follow because we can see that public school has many disadvantages in learning online. So I think they could, but by spreading this news, the governments could take and the e-learning. And I'm also going to vote for Shazas because we as the student also face the same thing, which we can focus during the online class fully. So I think that by spreading this article, the student could take an action, follow the step on how to focus during online class. So I'm going to vote for those two.
Me also choose Natasha and Saza News. Tasha that he tell we know that due many obstacles during online class. So how school delivery quality education online is very important nowadays to make students more interesting in learning and stay focused. And for Shaza, this news gives us for its importance, stay motivated with because stay motivated and focused, we will success. So I will choose.
For me, I think Mary Hart's news is very interesting one, which is when education is colorblind because for now, being bilingual is no longer a given. It's not something special anymore. So people are sending their kids to the vernacular school, to the Chinese or to the Mandarin school or to the Tamil school because just being in the school, they are able to learn in three language, which is Malay, the additional language, and in English, which is compulsory. So I think it's very interesting one, and also Iman Hakim news which is TV pendidikan. It relates to the news of mine, which is to reach the community, to reach in order to expand the education because with TV a lot of, just like you said before that a lot of household has TV, but they do not have laptop. So with TV program and TV channel, people are able to get education more, and they do not have to start today at home. That's for me. That's for me.
And for me, I agree with Iman Hakim news, because for now so many student is left behind in terms of education, because due to the uh, technology, not having technology to learn. Having this kind of platform will um, will help them to learn during this pandemic, or even after this pandemic end, because it's one of the entertainment, and especially for the kids or the primary school, I think this is really interest them. And most especially like Aiman Hakim said, like not all family have computer, but they have mostly have television. So I think there's no problem to watch the pendidikan TV pendidikan. Mostly student live in rural area. And for the second one is Shaza News, because we as a student, I think we all feel this, and having this kind of uh, um, motivate to study is really good for now, because I also feel sleepy during class. So right, having this kind of idea to make us feel more focused and pay more attention at class is really helpful now. For now, that's all. Thank you.
So I agree with Ayu's news because I think attitude is important to the students. As we can see, the lecturer struggling learn how to use the Google Meet, the Zoom. He has afraid to learn about how to use it, but end up the student not join his class. So I think it's important for the student to have a good attitude to have a good attitude. So I think this news will spread awareness to the students. And I also agree with Ilman's news because the TV pendidikan will really help the student with the low internet access to catch up their learning process. So that's all.
Um, I also agree with the IU's news about student who are not going into the online class. Just for me, if as a student we should need more respect to our lecturer, right? And next one, I agree also with Ilman's news, which is TV pendidikan, right? That's something interesting. And that's all.
Okay, we finished voting. So, but I confused. I'm confused which one got the higher vote.
I think Ilman.
I
Uh,
think
it,
Iman and Natasha.
Shaza and Tasha, I think. So got 3 votes for each.
I think all of you got news is best. All news is best. I don't know what to choose.
Yes, it's difficult to choose, I think.
It's a news also because about the free laptop, right? It's interesting.
So
So I guess Shaza, right? Shaza. Ilman Hakim. I'll agree or we need to count or what?
Agree.
Alright, so the conclusion is we choose Shaza and Ilman Hakim's news. Okay, so we finish our group discussion 4. And the next section is our last section, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so what is that?
Food.
It's all about
Food.
food.
Yeah.
About food.
Life for food.
Yes. True. Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
You.